This is Alex again. We're going to be working on the 2001 MDX. Got one last repair to do. We're going to be doing the rear cam plug O-rings. To do this, all you're going to need is a 12mm socket and a 10mm socket, and your ratchet and a pretty good size extender. All we've got, it looks like, is two 12mm bolts on the EGR valve. We've got two 12mm bolts on each of the cam plugs. You can't really see well on this side. And then you got two 10mm bolts holding the fuel rail regulator to the block there. Or maybe it's a cam plug. I've got another engine over here I can show you guys with a better view. Now this engine is out of a 2003 Acura TL, but it's pretty much the same engine. You got one bolt there, one bolt there for the EGR valve. Once you get that off, you're going to need to get this cam plug right here. So you got a bolt there, and you got a bolt right down. Well, you can't really see it that well, but right down there. And on the other side, this is the harder side to see from doing it above the vehicle, but you've got the fuel regulator here with two 10mm bolts. You unbolt those, pull it away, and then you've got two 12s holding that plug on, and then it should pop right out. So let's get started on it. Before I forget, here's the seals you're going to need. I just got the EGR gasket from Advance Auto. It's like under $2. And then the two cam O-rings I had to get at the dealership. Here's the part number. Hopefully you can see that. And you're going to need two of those, obviously. Both have the same part number. And that should be all you'll need to, oh, you might need a little bit of oil, because you might drip a little bit of oil out when you take those plugs out. When you're removing the EGR valve, these hoses can get in the way. Just kind of jam it in there. Make sure you have a good bite. If you do not have a good bite, you can just unclamp those two hoses, make a little more room. You do not want to strip these bolts off. I sprayed them down with PB Blaster about 30 minutes ago. It's always a help when they're pretty rusted like these. You just want to make sure you're nice and square on it. You have a good amount of extension, and so you can get that bolt off nice and easy without stripping it. Got the EGR valve removed. You want to make sure and clean up this surface with a razor blade. That's what I use. And then you can wipe it with a rag. Got an old pair of ripped up pants here. But you want to make sure it's pretty clean, nice and flat. And this gasket came off in one piece, so that was nice. If they're really stuck on there, sometimes they'll come off in several pieces. You want to make sure you clean up the mounting surface as well. I'm going to clean that off. And you want to be very, very careful not to drop anything down in there, any bolts. I don't believe these 12s will fit in there, but just don't take the chance. You might even want to cover it up with a piece of tape or something. Because of the stud right here for the EGR valve, you actually can't reach this bolt without a ratcheting wrench or just a regular wrench, so I just wanted to let you guys see that. And here's the front plug removed. The seal is all flattened and hardened up. It was causing oil to leak out of the front here, or the rear of the engine. When you pull the plug out, a little bit of oil is going to come out. You just want to wipe that up as best you can. Got the seal off. You can see the new seal is nice and rubbery. The old one is hard as a rock, so that's definitely why there was oil leaking around there. When you go to reinstall it, you just want to make sure you put just a little dab of oil and rub it all the way around. Makes it slide in nice and easy without getting hung up. Once your plug is reinstalled, just want to, and your gasket surface is cleaned off the EGR, just drop your new gasket on there. You don't need to over tighten the bolts, just make sure they're nice and snug on the plugs, maybe a little bit tighter than that on the EGR, but not too tight on these. That's everything reinstalled on the front. Now I've already got the two 10s off on the back. I just have to get those two 12s holding the plug in. I've got the rear plug out. Here it is. I've already put the new seal on it. Didn't show you the old one because, I mean, it's just the same as the front. And there it is, reinstalled. That's how to change your rear cam seals or O-rings in a 2001 MDX. It should be the same for 01 through 06 MDX, and Acura TL and CL from 99 to 03. Might not be exactly the same, but it should be very similar. Thank you for watching.